LeBron, he's too big to be that type of bully. To bully Stephen A. and to bully Brian Windhorst. Brian Windhorst is a sweet person, man. He's just trying to do his thing. And I've always liked LeBron, but him being a bully, it turned me off.
Think of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation.
I thought it was weak.
Had a better week, LeBron James or Stephen A. Smith?
They both had an awful week. LeBron, he's too big to be that type of bully. To bully Stephen A. and to bully Brian Windhorst. Brian Windhorst is a sweet person, man. He's just trying to do his thing. And I've always liked LeBron, but him being a bully, it turned me off. Damn.
LeBron James just can't seem to dodge the chaos these days. First, Stephen A. Smith threw shade his way, and now Charles Barkley's jumped in, adding even more fuel to the fire. Charles didn't hold back at all. He had a whole lot to say about LeBron. And if you blinked and missed it, don't stress. We're breaking it all down right here. The drama kicked off when Stephen A. made a slick comment about Bronny, LeBron's son, and it sent the whole situation spiraling out of control. LeBron's known for going hard when it comes to his family, especially his kids, so you already know he wasn't about to let that slide.
Obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're watching it. Yep. We're all seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
You're seeing it as well.
When Stephen A. crossed the line, LeBron straight up confronted him during the game, right there in front of everybody. Social media went wild in seconds. Clips everywhere, folks picking sides. But Stephen, he wasn't about to back down, not even a little bit. He fired right back, calling LeBron out for overreacting and trying to twist what really went down. That's when it got super messy. The back and forth was like watching two giants clash, and things heated up fast. And just when we thought it couldn't get crazier, boom! Charles Barkley stepped in like he was ready for a showdown. Charles dragged LeBron, saying straight up that he was out of pocket for trying to boss Stephen around like that. This whole saga, it's turning into a full-on circus, and it ain't over yet. Charles Barkley's not letting up at all. He's coming at LeBron hard, saying straight up that LeBron's doing way too much right now. And Charles even tossed out a wild question that's got everybody buzzing. What is LeBron trying to hide? Like, what's really going on behind all this outrage? Now the streets can't stop talking. Folks everywhere are asking the same thing. What did LeBron even say that made Charles this heated? Is LeBron covering something up while playing the protective dad card? Charles is riding for Stephen A. like no other. He's not scared of LeBron, not even with that whole empire backing him up. And just when we thought things couldn't get messier, boom! LeBron shocked everybody by showing up on the Pat McAfee show. Fans couldn't believe it.
Bronny should stay in college. Because if it's about Bronny, right now he is not up there to be no top pick, which means his name is not going to be called.
The likelihood of your son being able to be what you were is not likely.
The bottom line to all of this, right now he is not an NBA level.
LeBron don't usually do podcasts like that. He normally keeps it chill at press conferences or those courtside interviews. So when word hit that he was linking up with McAfee, folks knew he had something major to say. And man, did he come ready to throw shade. On the show, LeBron played it smooth, acting like the calm dad just looking out for his kid. He said Stephen A. crossed the line and came at Bronny, so he had to step in. LeBron even let out this cold little laugh before randomly mentioning Taylor Swift. Like, where'd that come from? That's when it hit. LeBron was throwing shade, and he wasn't being subtle about it at all. LeBron thought he was making a bold move, but wow, it didn't hit like he expected at all. He was sure the crowd would have his back just 'cause of who he is, but nah, a ton of folks actually started siding with Stephen A. People felt like LeBron took it way too far, and Charles Barkley wasn't about to keep quiet about it either. He said it loud and clear so nobody could miss it.
What do you make of LeBron's comments?
That this is all his fault. All of it. When we get to Bronny James, that kid has done nothing. The kid has done nothing but work hard, try to get on this game and all of this other stuff. Any attention that he's warranted has been because of his daddy. I want to play with my son. I want to stay here until my son gets to the NBA. We've seen interviews with Savannah and LeBron, and they were asked about Bronny. What did she say? I just want my son to be healthy and happy.
Right.
LeBron, I want to be in the NBA. That's what.
On a live stream, Charles flat out called LeBron a bully. No holding back, no soft words. He said what was on his mind. And if that wasn't enough, Charles even added that Bronny should just stay in college for now. Charles said straight up, Bronny's not ready for the NBA right now, not at that level yet. And he meant every word. What's wild is that this whole drama wasn't supposed to blow up like this. At first, it seemed like just another headline that would fade in a day. But instead, it's turned into a full-blown mess that keeps getting bigger and bigger. And just so you see the full picture, this all kicked off because Stephen A. pointed out something that a lot of people been thinking. He said LeBron was putting way too much pressure on Bronny, all because he's chasing that dream of playing in the league together. And let's keep it real. LeBron's never kept that dream a secret. He's always said how dope it'd be to share the court with his son.
It started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it. But since the video came out, I feel the need to address it. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh my God.
But Stephen A. wasn't trying to diss Bronny. He was just calling out the situation. He was saying what's obvious. That kind of weight is no joke, especially when your dad's a legend like LeBron. But LeBron? He didn't take that well at all, and now Bronny's name is getting dragged all over the place. Every sports headline, every talk show, every timeline. You can't escape Bronny's name right now. And what's crazy, he wasn't even a top draft pick. The spotlight on this kid is unreal. And according to Stephen A. Smith, LeBron's the one making it worse. Stephen's been loud about it. He says Bronny should have been grinding longer in the G League instead of getting thrown straight into the NBA spotlight like this. Stephen's not sugarcoating it. He's warning that rushing Bronny onto the big stage might actually mess with his growth down the line. And yeah, it might sound tough, but Stephen's not the only one thinking it. He pointed out that there are tons of young ballers out here hustling hard every single day for their chance. And let's be real, some of them probably are more ready for the league right now than Bronny. That's not shade. That's just how cutthroat the game is at the top. And of course, Charles Barkley had to jump back in, because he's not done speaking on this. Charles said the Lakers totally fumbled this situation. Instead of letting Bronny build up in the G League, get his confidence right, sharpen those skills, and earn that NBA spot, they threw him into the fire way too soon. And Charles made it clear, he thinks that move might backfire big time. What do y'all think? Is LeBron helping or hurting his son's game with all this? The drama just keeps heating up. The whole point. If Bronny took his time and worked his way up, when he finally made it to the NBA, nobody could say it was just because he's LeBron's son. It'd be clear he earned that spot fair and square. And don't get it twisted. This ain't about hate or jealousy. A lot of folks in the basketball world been saying the exact same thing.
When we get to Bronny James, that kid has done nothing. The kid has done nothing but work hard, try to get on this game and all of this other stuff. Any attention that he's warranted has been because of his daddy. I want to play with my son. I want to stay here until my son gets.
Take ESPN's NBA draft expert Jonathan Givney, for example. He broke it all down, explaining why Bronny fell off last year's top prospect list. While talking on NBA Today, Jonathan kept it real. He said Bronny was showing promise, but his season got wrecked after that serious heart condition that kept him off the court for 4 months. Jonathan even said, "I love Bronny James's game still." We have to remember that this kid missed 4 months with a heart issue starting in July. It really seemed to have derailed his season. So when Bronny dropped off that list, it wasn't anything personal. It was about performance and the tough situation he was in. But LeBron, he wasn't staying quiet. He clapped back at the critics on social media, telling everybody to chill. He tweeted, "Can y'all please just let the kid be a kid and enjoy college basketball?" The work and results will ultimately do the talking no matter what he decides to do. LeBron wanted folks to know, Bronny's not worried about no mock drafts. He's about that grind, earned, not given. And LeBron even sent love to all the other young players out there hustling to be great. The man's standing tall for his son, but the noise around this just keeps getting louder.
Bronny's a prospect. Number one, I'm glad he's healthy. I think he should be in the G League. He's not ready to play in the NBA right now.
And it's expected he will spend.
And he should be in the G League because he's not ready to play in the NBA first and foremost. But secondly, there's going to be some guys coming for his head. And he's not ready because he's really a tweener. He's a point guard, two guard. His probably best attribute right now is being a defender. But I think to take the pressure off him and let him get better as a player, he should be in the...
LeBron tried to keep it positive, telling Bronny and all the other young ballers out there to keep their heads down, stay focused, and just grind. These mock drafts don't matter one bit. I promise you, only the work matters, he said. But let's be real, Stephen A. Smith wasn't buying it. He fired back hard, putting the whole mess at LeBron's feet. Stephen straight up said LeBron's the one making Bronny's name trend for all the wrong reasons when the kid's just trying to lock in and get better at his game. And honestly, Stephen's got a point. He laid it out clear. LeBron needs to fall back a little and let Bronny find his own way. Stop forcing this fairy tale father-son NBA moment before it's even ready to happen. And look, everybody understands the dream. What dad wouldn't want to share the court with his kid? That's legendary in any sport. But the NBA? That's different. It's never been done before. So yeah, if it's going to go down, it's got to happen the right way, with no shortcuts. Stephen even pointed to how other father-son duos did it the right way. Like Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. Those two didn't just make MLB history as the first father-son team, they actually held it down together in the outfield and gave us some of the sickest moments baseball's ever seen. And let's not forget hockey legend Gordie Howe. 4 Stanley Cups, 6 MVPs. Dude was unstoppable. And one of his coldest moves ever? Hitting the ice with his sons, Mark and Marty. And they didn't just play together for a game or two. They ran 5 whole seasons side by side and made history for real. If Bronny and LeBron are going to make that kind of magic, it's got to come at the right time, with no rush. So when LeBron talks about his dream of sharing the court with Bronny, it ain't hard to picture it. But here's where it gets real. Fans can't stop asking, does Bronny even want that too? And if he does, is he really ready for that kind of spotlight right now? A lot of folks feel like LeBron needs to sit down and think hard about that. What's more important, chasing his own dream or letting Bronny carve out his own path and rise up at his pace?
I do find myself looking at LeBron James instead of Bronny James. Because LeBron is the basketball savant. LeBron is one of the top 2 greatest players in the history of the game. LeBron has forgotten more basketball than most people would know. So no matter what we think about Bronny, he knows more. But you see what you see. Bronny James has played in 13 NBA games. Ladies and gentlemen, he's averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. He shot 1 for 16 from the field in his NBA career and 0 for 7 from three-point range. And he's playing in the first quarter of an NBA game?
Stephen A. Smith's been hammering that question all over ESPN, and you can tell it struck a nerve with LeBron, especially after Stephen dropped those comments live, right after Bronny had a tough night in that Lakers loss to the 76ers. Bronny hit the floor for 15 minutes and didn't score a single point. It was rough to watch, and honestly, nobody was that shocked. Even coach J.J. Redick looked stressed at the post-game presser. He tried to play it cool, blaming the media pressure and the bright lights for Bronny's struggles. But come on, that excuse is wearing thin real fast. Everybody's starting to see the same thing. They threw Bronny into deep waters way too soon, and even the coach looked like he knew they didn't set the kid up right. Stephen A. wasn't holding back either. He came for LeBron with that straight talk, saying out loud what a lot of folks been whispering for a while. This ain't about hate. It's about keeping it real. Bronny's got talent, but the timing? It's looking off and the heat just keeps building. Stephen A. Smith kept it all the way real. He said LeBron needs to chill and stop trying to force this whole father-son fairy tale. According to Stephen, Bronny's just not ready yet, and that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with giving the kid space to level up somewhere with less heat on him. Not everybody's got to start their grind under the biggest, brightest lights right away. And Stephen came with receipts. He pulled up Bronny's stats live on his show, and let's just say, they didn't match the kind of spotlight Bronny's under right now. Then Stephen threw even more shade at LeBron, saying it's looking like LeBron's chasing his own dream without really stopping to think how it might mess with Bronny's future down the line. But don't get it twisted. Stephen made sure everybody knew he wasn't dissing Bronny or downplaying what the kid could become. He said it loud and clear. He's looking out for Bronny. He doesn't want to see the kid's future get thrown off track just because LeBron's in a rush to make this father-son moment happen his way, on his timeline. At the end of the day, Stephen's message was simple. Bronny's got talent, no doubt. But he needs time to grow, build his game, and shine when he's ready, not when the cameras say it's time. Forcing him into the spotlight every week? That's not helping. If LeBron really wants to see his son win big, he might have to let go of the script he's trying to write. And let's keep it real. Stephen A. actually brought some solid points to the table. Bronny's out there in the NBA struggling hard, and it's getting tough to watch. There's barely any breathing room for him to level up his game right now, and people are starting to whisper. It's only a matter of time before the pressure, the big name, and all that hype starts to swallow him up. Having a superstar dad like LeBron? Sure, it can open doors, but let's be real, it can't keep you on that court forever. But LeBron? He wasn't about to just sit back and let Stephen A. keep talking slick. Things went from 0 to 100 fast when both of them ended up under the same roof at the Lakers versus Knicks game. Lakers came out with the W, and both LeBron and Bronny were out there doing their thing, but nobody saw what was coming next. During a break in the third quarter, LeBron made his move. He walked right up to Stephen A., who was sitting courtside, and the tension was thick. Cameras didn't catch every single word, but the energy? You could feel it from the nosebleeds. LeBron didn't waste no time. He checked Stephen A. right then and there about the Bronny talk. Word is, LeBron told him straight up to stop speaking on his son. Period. At first, nobody knew exactly what was said. It was all whispers and guesses. But then, during a Lakers-Celtics game, the tea spilled when cameras caught LeBron chopping it up with ESPN's Richard Jefferson. That convo gave folks a real peek at just how fired up LeBron still was. The way he was venting said it all. It was clear as day. LeBron was done playing nice. The internet lost its mind, and fans started picking sides like it was the playoffs. Some folks had LeBron's back, saying he's just being a real dad, trying to protect his kid and give Bronny the opportunities he never had growing up. They went after Stephen A., dragging him for trying to paint LeBron like some kind of villain when all the man wants is for his son to win. But Stephen A.? Oh, he wasn't backing down, not even an inch. When he showed up on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, Gil's Arena, he made sure everybody knew he wasn't taking shots at Bronny, and he wasn't trying to trash LeBron either. Stephen said he's just calling it how he sees it, speaking facts and asking the questions nobody else has the guts to say out loud. Stephen even doubled down, saying anyone who doesn't see that something's off with how Bronny's career is being handled is just turning a blind eye. He said it plain. It ain't shade, it's truth. And the truth? Yeah, it stings sometimes. Now the whole internet is split right down the middle. One side's calling Stephen the realist for keeping it honest and saying what a lot of people been thinking, that LeBron's putting way too much heat on Bronny way too fast. The other side? They're saying Stephen's being too hard, turning what should be a personal dream into a messy public circus. No matter how you slice it, this debate's straight up on fire right now. And just when it felt like it couldn't get wilder, LeBron's appearance on Pat McAfee's podcast set it all off again. He aired out all his frustration and threw some serious jabs at Stephen A. in the process. And that's when Charles Barkley came charging in. No holding back, no soft words. Charles flat out called LeBron a bully for the way he handled all this drama. He said it straight, no sugarcoating at all. And what's really wild, Stephen A's been saying over and over that he's not out here trying to disrespect LeBron or Bronny. He's just keeping it real, saying what a lot of folks in the basketball world are already thinking but don't have the guts to say out loud. According to Stephen A., the kid's got talent. no doubt about that. But pushing this whole father-son fairy tale so hard, that might end up doing more harm than good. So now the big question is, do you think Charles Barkley got it right? Is LeBron really out here doing too much and coming off like a bully? Or is he just a dad trying to do what he thinks is best for his son, even if it means ruffling a few feathers along the way? If you're still locked in and feeling this tea, don't forget to smash that like button. Drop a comment and let us know whose side you're on. Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next drop. This drama's far from over. See you on the next one.